Hey my lovelies, I wanted to come back and do another live. I decided that for my YouTube channel, which is called The Date Rape Girl with the Crescent Moon, that I'm gonna be posting the videos just from my live. So yeah, I really don't know how this shit works still. I don't know if I can edit or just whatever, but it's easier for me to post it from here to YouTube. I'm gonna be talking about basically when I first found out that I was date raped and just kind of going from there, basically just from the beginning, I guess. And also I'm gonna bring up some facts that I found out today that I thought were absolutely fucking insane and just more so proves my point with a lot of stuff that I've been saying. If you've been keeping up with me, I've kind of just been sticking with the same thing, you know, look up date rape, look up projection, look at what being ignorant is, because a lot of people, just like I don't and or didn't, knows what falls underneath date rape, and there's like a lot of things. But basically, I found out that I was date raped. I was speaking with a therapist. I don't even know what we were talking about, something random. And I had brought up an incident where I was like, I just didn't feel comfortable. I was like, I didn't like it. I was like, I didn't even want to have sex with that person. I would have never had sex with that person. Like, you know, just explain to them the whole situation. And they're like, well, you feel some type of way because you were date raped at the point that, you know, you were too blackout drunk to remember, you were too drunk to give consent, you were date raped. I'm not sure if that particular person like put something in my drink or not. I do have other videos about that specific person. I'm actually on a case against him. His name is Carlton Tamboga or something. He went by CT Rocket. He used to be a promoter. He is still in jail waiting trial, I guess. We're still, I guess, going through all the paperwork. We have not really started going to trial about it yet. They're still in the process of, like I said, doing all the paperwork and stuff like that. But I explained to her that situation, and she was like, well, yeah, like the point that you woke up and you didn't remember, like they had to tell you you were date raped. You were too drunk to give consent. Even if you know, were saying that you wanted it, you were too drunk to actually give that person legal consent to do anything sexual with you. And so from that instant, I was like, well, there's a few, you know, like situations where that's happened. Like there's a few of like times that I remember having to wake up and be like, oh, like, where am I at? Like, how did we get here? Like, when did we get here? Did we do anything? And all the 13 people on my list, all of them, every single one was like, oh, well, yeah, like this is how we got here, you know, like this is what we did. And most of them I went to high school with. A few of them I was really close with. And it was actually really, really, really hard for me to come to terms with a few of them because it was like, I like really trusted these people. Like I would really be around them. I can like name a few to be exact. Jamie, Neiman, KD, we were more so close in like high school. Steph and I was hanging around with a lot. Just a lot of these people were people that I was literally like being around. And so it was like, I could never see them like purposely doing this. Like there's no way. It took a minute. And like I said, I'm still processing everything. Like I am still processing all of these whole, like each one is a different situation. Like it's 13 different people. Yes, it's all the same thing, but they're all different situations. And so I'm still working through all of that. But with those specific few, it was just so difficult for me to be like, that's what they did. Like I didn't even believe it. And so obviously I did my research. I started like looking it up, you know, just trying to get more information on it. And I was like, wow, like that's really like what happened. Like whether they meant to do that to me or not, like that's what they did. Like, and I was actually just talking with somebody earlier and I was saying how most of the men, all they did was be like, I didn't do that, leave it at that, and block me and haven't said a word to me since. Other people persisted. Obviously, Jamie was the main one, but some other people did persist. And it's like, each of them know what instant I'm talking about. Like, and if you can't remember you having to explain to somebody the next day, morning, whatever time, you know, that y'all had sex in the whole situation, if you can't remember having to do that, that means you do that way too much. That's something that's like, that's not nothing new. Like, you're not acting like it's like a surprise, or like, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about, because yeah, she didn't remember. I did have to explain it to her. Like, and it's like, and if you do remember that, then that's the time that I'm talking about. A lot of them made it seem like they were like, that no, it was consensual, and we, you know, because a few of them I had sex with a few times. I didn't know what it was. So at whatever point in time, whether it was the first time, second time, third time, whatever point in time in my sexual actions with all those different 13 people, they did that to me. And so it's like, if you can't pinpoint the time where I'm telling you, like, you had to literally explain to me how we were wherever we were, and that we had sex and how the sex went, then that's a problem. And that's why you need to look up date rape, because you clearly don't understand like what it all even is. And so it was just like, yeah, like, look, that's why I kept telling people, look it up, because I didn't even know. And I definitely didn't think that a lot of those people that I was close with would ever do something like that. And again, I don't know if they purposely did it to me or not, if they even knew what they were doing, because again, how they explained it was like, it was just something normal. So I feel like a lot of them was like, damn, I've done this a lot. Like, there's been a lot of incidents where I had to like explain to, you know, the girl, like, what we did, and I did not know that that's what I was doing. And it's like, who's going to admit that that's what they've been doing? Who's going to admit that they did it at all? That's something illegal. Like, if they were to be like, oh, hell yeah, I did that, or damn, I feel bad, but yeah, I did that, you know, like, who would admit that? It's something illegal. It's something wrong. It's obviously gotten a lot of attention, so a lot of people are going to have an opinion on it. So I understand all of them being like, no, they didn't. I don't understand the ones that go so hard trying to prove that they didn't. Like, there's no way to prove that you didn't, just like there's no way to prove that you did, other than me literally knowing that when I woke up, you had to tell me what happened, because I had no recollection of the entire event. That's how I know that you were not as drunk as me, that I was the more drunk one, that I got taken advantage of, because you remembered everything. That is the instance that I'm talking about. And again, if you can't remember, that is an issue. That's why I'm telling you, look up date rape. And a lot of people don't understand how that happened to me so many times. I didn't know what all fell underneath date rape. I didn't. To me, when I heard date rape, I'm thinking the person's going to remember and they were forced. That's all my mind went to. And that's what I feel like a lot of people's mind went to, which is why they couldn't understand, which is why I was telling people to look up fucking projection. But yeah, so that was basically how I figured that out. After I figured that out, sorry, my anxiety is going crazy talking about this. It is still so triggering. After that, I was finally able to talk with family and friends about it. It was very difficult. I obviously didn't want them to know that that happened to me. You know, I didn't even want to know that it happened to me. You know, in a sense, it's like, I always thought about, would I have rather remembered, you know, and been raped, or is it better to not remember but know that you're taken advantage of? And I don't know which one is worse, because it's like, at least if you remember, you know exactly what was done to you. With me not remembering, literally anything could have been done to me. Anything. Like, absolutely anything. They could have fucking videos of it. Like, the dude that I'm on the case against, he kept evidence. That's why we are able to have a case against him. He actually kept evidence of what he did to me and 4 other girls. There's 5 of us on the case against him right now. And oh my God, sorry, my anxiety is going so crazy. But it's like, yeah, like, it's just a lot. And that's why I want people to look it up, why I'm going to keep talking about it, because I don't want anybody to have to go through what I've been through. Ever since I tried to take my life back in December, I've literally been in and out of the hospital at least twice for some different things, from alcohol withdrawal. I was basically drinking so much that I literally cannot drink no more. They told me that if I keep drinking in like 5 years, my liver is gonna like fucking give out. Like, this shit has literally flipped my world upside down. That's why I am still advocating for it, because I don't want people to have to go through this. I want these men to look it up to make sure they don't do it again. I want women to just try to be more aware. Obviously, you can only do so much to be safe, but yeah. So these are some of the facts that I found today, okay? 84% of women know who their rapist is, who raped them. 84%, okay? 57% of rapes occur on dates. 1 out of every 6 women has been a victim of attempted or a complete rape in her lifetime. 1 out of every 6 women, okay? Every 68 seconds, a person is sexually assaulted. There's so many things that go underneath sexual assault. Look that up as well. 1 in 33 men have experienced an attempted or completed rape. 1 in 33 men. Rape is the most underreported crime. 63% are not reported. Nobody wants to talk about this shit. Nobody wants to think about it. Nobody wants to be reminded of it. That's why I'm like, for people to be like, she's lying, she's making it up. Who would make this up? Who would want to sit here for over a year now and keep telling people about their most, like, beat myself up about experience? I beat myself up about it still to this day. I victim blame my own self, like, still to this fucking day. Only 5% are reported to the police. Only 5% seek help at a rape crisis center. 42% of victims told nobody. So 42%, almost half people that do experience date rape, sexual assault, don't even tell anybody. I couldn't imagine keeping that shit in at all. It's hard to tell people, like, keeping it in. I couldn't fucking imagine. 75% of men and at least 55% of women had been drinking or using illegal drugs just before the rape happened. So most of the people that get sexually assaulted or date raped had been drinking or something like that. And so a lot of people that were like, well, she was drinking, and why was she drinking so much? Why would she get so drunk? Everybody drinks. Everybody gets drunk. As well as I was going through a very hard time. Like, obviously, it was still pretty difficult. Like I said, I've literally been in and out of the hospital at least twice. Like, they pretty much know me there. And that's not, like, nothing to be funny about, but it's almost like I have to laugh. I have to laugh to keep from crying. I have to keep advocating to hope that this will not happen to somebody else. Like, it was just a lot. And it wasn't even just dealing with the date rape, dealing with all of that, trying to process all of that, telling social media. People were literally harassing me. I remember Ureldi was literally, like, using my and my boyfriend's picture on her profile picture for like a week. Like, I remember Jamie's niece, Ania, whatever her name is, was using my profile, my picture, making fake accounts with me, using my sister's picture, my brother's picture. Like, people were literally bringing my family into it, bringing my loved ones into it, like attacking other people for me trying to help other people not have to experience this because they don't want to believe that somebody they know could be capable of this. I cannot tell you how much you don't know about the people you think you know. Nobody that is out here raping women, sexually assaulting women, doing anything bad is going to be making it known or let it be shown. And all those people who, nobody could get over on me. Like, I can tell a bad person, like, they'll never be able to, like, fool me. Like, dude, get over yourself. Like, people are so good at hiding their true colors. Nobody, like, obviously, we know rape is out here happening. Who do you think is doing it? Nobody's out here just broadcasting they're doing it. It's obviously people pretending to be good people. Like, I don't understand. And most of these people have daughters, have kids, have girlfriends, have wives, and they hide behind that. Like, one of my exes was using me as a fucking beard. He was gay. He liked to freaking fuck men, do shit with men, and was using me to hide behind so that he could make people think that he was straight. Like, people are not telling people shit for a reason. Like, they're hiding shit for a reason. Now, that wasn't illegal. I don't know why he was hiding that. That's his own fucking problem. This shit, I could understand why nobody would be like, yeah, I did that. Like, of course I did. Jamie won't even admit that he freaking cheats on that girl. Like, he was telling her for the longest that he wasn't messing around with me. And then she finds out he was. And not only that he was the whole time that she thought he was, but that he date raped me. So it's like, if she's not going to believe that he was cheating, why would she believe that she did that? And if he's not going to tell her that he was cheating, which is not illegal, why would he tell her that he did that? Why would he tell anybody? Why would any of these men tell anybody that they did this to me? No. And it's not like I expected an apology or like anything like that from them. But if they would have came to me and just been like, hey, can you tell me like what situation you're talking about? Like, can you like explain to me? Or, hey, I didn't know that you ever thought, you know, anything like that, you know, nothing like that. They all went to quick defense mode. And it's like, why are you being defensive? Because again, you have to remember the time where you had to explain to me what happened. And if you don't, you do this shit. And that's a fucking problem. So, yeah. That's my Chilling Adventures of Taryn talk for today. This will be up on my YouTube, The Date Rape Girl with the Crescent Moon. Next time, I will be going more into detail with basically every encounter that I was told about and what they told me happened, and just like that. I'll most likely be going in order of the names that they are and on my list. But I mean, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. And yes, I had to write it down because I am a very visual person. I need to see shit. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still so new to this. This shit is so difficult. Look up date rape, look up projection, look up what being ignorant is, and just be safe out here. Thank you guys.